just
So maybe
is going.
Hello and welcome to Inside Jacksonville, a production of the University of North Florida School of Communication and the CW17. I'm Judd Barzak. We're here each month with stories about life on the First Coast. Up first this month, Inside Jacksonville's Lisa Marino took a dive into the minds of the artists at Jacksonville Pottery Studio.
While the finished products are mugs, bowls, or decorations with delicate lines and glossy finishes, ceramics are made with careful and creative work. Although the craft may seem intimidating, Zoe Conrad believes people should just enjoy the process.
Creating ceramics to me is just having fun. I think people get too in their heads about it and it's just dirt, it's just clay. So I think the ability to just be able to play is the best part to me. Yeah, non-stop play.
Creating ceramics is more than just a creative outlet. Robin's favorite part of the art is how it brings people together.
The community here is what's made me stay here. When somebody makes a mistake or something doesn't happen exactly how they thought it would, we sometimes just all pitch in and try and solve that problem because we learn from each other. It's a wonderful thing. I love it. That is the best part, is just coming here with these people. And I didn't know them before I got here, but I love them now.
Nick Pantuso's passion for the art ignited when he took a high school ceramics class. Nick explains he loves pottery because of the ways it enhances his life outside the studio.
Having a place to go with like other creative people, being able to be creative almost every day of the week, it's just helped me not really want more elsewhere. I'm pretty content after leaving here to where I can like be there for my loved ones, like be a support for my wife, just because I've had an outlet where I can just do me.
Robin feels at peace when she's in the studio. Ceramics are more than just a hobby to her, and she's always thinking about what she'll make next.
I don't call it just a pastime because I want to make it my world. It is my world. And when I go to work, I'm sometimes still just thinking of ceramics and what I'm going to create or how I'm going to glaze something. It brings me joy to work with all of this. There's no stress here.
Rachel Stewart is new to the world of ceramics and has grown to love how she can transform clay into an art piece.
I think my favorite part of ceramics is being able to take something like dirt and mud and use my hands and create something very beautiful, like something, whether it be functional or just like creative and beautiful. I think that's really nice.
Lisa Marino, Inside Jacksonville.
With the stress that can come from school, work, and life, it seems ceramics is a great outlet for people to have and relax. The Museum of Science and History is always adding new reasons to visit. Inside Jacksonville's Gianna Mercado takes us to geek out at Mosh's Spaced Out to Mars Minicon to see how the community comes together.
Hall of Heroes helped Mosh kick off their new Planet Pioneers exhibit with their Spaced Out to Mars Minicon. Guests participated in a costume contest, shopped with vendors, drank at the bar, and explored the museum. Hall of Heroes was originally a comic book convention, but branched out to partner with Mosh to create events like these.
I think a lot of the Comic-Con events and the pop culture events we put on are really a great place for people to go who want to express themselves however they want. We're very open, the community is very open. I believe this is our 9th or 10th event here at Mosh.
Hall of Heroes puts on conventions around Northeast Florida, such as the Ancient City Con in St. Augustine. The different conventions have a variety of themes such as superheroes, Harry Potter, and anime, where people in the community can geek out together.
I think there's a growing community of folks that are really interested in the cosplay community, and we see that as we go to more and more of our events. We have a larger and larger audience every time.
Minicons are a great way for vendors and cosplayers to come out and share their passions. It's exposure for small businesses to share their brand with the community.
Events like this certainly help. It helps artists of all over the place, different genres, to get some exposure that they may be lacking otherwise.
Tim Stacy sells his art at Mythical Mountain in Mandarin and vendors at many Hall of Hero events where his fantasy art hits big. The local artist says he started getting serious with his business 4 years ago.
I used to draw when I was a kid, and it just kind of grew from there. I do several different things. I do live portraits as well. I do full color in a variety of different media. I do color, watercolor, charcoal.
There's a lot of creativity that goes into making art and even costumes. Cosplayers like Henry Steiner make their own outfits out of love for the hobby.
So I've been going to conventions for about over 10 years now. I grew up watching Star Trek's Next Generation through Voyager as a kid. I've also rewatched it again as an adult to gain a greater appreciation for what Star Trek is all about.
Conventions like this one keep people coming back to bond over the media they love. Hall of Heroes often holds events with Mosh for new exhibits made for all ages. Other out-of-this-world conventions are posted on the Hall of Heroes website, including locations in Jacksonville and St. Augustine. Gianna Mercado, Inside Jacksonville.
Mosh's Planet Pioneer exhibit will be open until April 23rd. To catch Hall of Heroes' next event, check out their website, hallofheroesevents.com, for more info. And if you're looking for the perfect coffee shop in Jax, look no further. We found it for you. Inside Jacksonville reporter Caitlin Ward takes us to a cafe where cats are on the payroll.
The Caffeinated Cat, the first and only cat cafe in Jacksonville, is located in Jacksonville Beach. The cafe is not only a place where patrons can enjoy a cup of coffee while playing with cute furry friends, but a cat rescue, designed to pay for the cat's needs and find them their forever homes. The cafe started all because of one cat, Flurkin, with the goal to raise money for the medical bills and all other cat needs.
The penny that we get that isn't going towards the coffee supplies goes straight to medical bills, everything like that. We get a lot of donations, whether it's food, litter, even just the change that you're handed back after you get your cup of coffee. Every little bit helps.
Coffees and tea are available for purchase. The cafe is split into two different sections. One section where guests are able to sit, drink, and watch the cats from behind a glass, and another section where guests are able to go in and play with the cats while they sip. Between the educated workers and the information scattered around, you are sure to learn some interesting facts you didn't know before.
I was here when they first got him, and just a little baby. My friends and I would just hold him, and then he's been here ever since as a permanent resident.
Not all cats are up for adoption here. The cats with collars are known as permanent residents and live at the cafe, while the other cats are just there temporarily until they find their home. Some cats are in need of special medical care before they are ready to be adopted. Dr. Brianne LeMay has a special place in this cat family's heart. Dr. LeMay saved over 1,000 of their cats, according to Tammy King, founder and owner of the Cafe and Cat Rescue.
Here at the Caffeinated Cat, the cats call the shots. Just like Albert, sometimes he likes to be outside and sometimes he likes to be indoors.
This cafe puts the cat's needs first.
If that cat told me to jump off a bridge, I would ask him which one.
One cat, Queso, has been there since Thanksgiving but is given the chance to adjust before being thrown into the room with the other cats.
I don't have any animals in Jacksonville, so it's great to be able to have that socialization time with them.
Whether you are looking for a furry friend to take home or just the chance to give the cat some love, the Caffeinated Cat has something for everyone. Caitlin Ward, Inside Jacksonville.
Whether you're looking for a caffeinated pick-me-up or prefer to get your energy boost from playing with kittens, the Caffeinated Cat has you covered. Coming up, we'll take you on a visit to Hubbard House to show you the life-changing impact it's making on the First Coast. Also after the break, lace up your skates. The pucks are flying as the Ospreys leave the nest for the rink. Inside Jacksonville will be right back.
The University of North Florida is proud to offer a Master of Science in Communication Management. This master's degree allows you, the student, to customize your curriculum to the field you prefer. Students who earn this 36 credit hour degree will take their core classes through communication. Then, they can specialize in either business, public administration management, leadership, nonprofit management, or public health. UNF Communication, made for you.
Welcome back, and up next, get ready to see how this local thrift store does more than just offer great deals to its customers. Our Amelia Simmons has the story.
This thrift store is more than just what meets the eye. It serves a unique purpose to the community in helping survivors of domestic violence.
There was a time that we had a survivor who came into shelter, and she came directly from the hospital. She came in her hospital gown because that was all that she had. We helped her walk through the process of coming to the thrift store. There was opportunity for her to get clothing and necessary items that she needed for her day-to-day living at the shelter.
The Hubbard House Thrift Store offers a large selection of clothing, houseware, furniture, and more. It is open to the public, which provides great deals and treasures for those who shop here, while also giving members of the community a way to give directly to benefit the Hubbard House and its mission through donating to the store.
Hubbard House's mission is safety, empowerment, and social change for victims of domestic violence and their families. And one of our little gems that a lot of people don't know about is the thrift store. It gives Hubbard House the income we need to keep our services going. That's huge. And then, most importantly, survivors can come and shop for themselves and their kids here at the thrift store for free and get some amazing things to rebuild their lives.
The Hubbard House Thrift Store has been able to directly impact and help the Hubbard House continue to do all of the amazing work that it does. In the past year, they've been able to help over 600 survivors and children and help house them, along with helping with their services over 4,000 people in the community.
When they come in and they need emergency clothing, we provide those clothing for them. When they are able and ready to leave our shelter and they're in need of furniture, housing items, all of the essentials that we use in our day-to-day living, they're able to receive at our thrift store. And again, it is at no charge to our survivors. Our community partners, people in the community who are giving to our thrift store, that is what allow us to continue to provide life-saving and life-changing services to our survivors and their children.
Amelia Simmons, Inside Jacksonville.
Feel free to stop by the Hubbard House Thrift Store Tuesday through Saturday, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. And to donate, call 904-400-6333. Find out more drop-off info and more details. Do you like ping pong, tennis, or racquetball? How about a combination of all three? Inside Jacksonville's Nevin Jacoma takes to the pickleball court for a closer look at the sport for all ages.
That's the great thing about it, like everyone can play.
Way to play, way to play. According to the Sports and Fitness Industry Association, pickleball's popularity continues to rise as it's the fastest growing sport in America. Over the last 2 years, participation has increased 40%. It was also known as the fastest growing activity to do during the pandemic. If you haven't heard of it, it's often described as a combination between tennis, ping pong, and other racket sports.
Don't believe me? Take it from a pro.
I don't really compare pickle to tennis. I think it's more like ping pong. So when I'm telling people, hey, come out and try pickleball, I compare it to like ping pong on a bigger court.
Pickleball is played on a smaller version of a tennis court with a lower net. The balls are wiffle ball-like, and the paddle is made of plastic. Just like all sports, there are rules that need to be followed. However, it's a fairly simple game to understand. The major appeal to pickleball is that anyone, any age could play. There are 8 and 9-year-olds playing next to 85-year-olds. The game is very user-friendly, and you don't have to be a seasoned athlete to play like other sports.
And if you do want to take pickleball to the next level, there is a competitive scene. The Association of Paddle Surf Professionals, or APP, holds tournaments throughout the nation. At these tournaments, all skill levels are welcome because there are different divisions that different players can play in.
At Fort Family Regional Park, the pickleball courts are always busy. No matter the time of day, you can find players training, socializing, and of course, having fun on the pickleball courts. Pickleball was originated in 1965.
Another great thing pickleball offers is the community behind it. There are pickleball courts around the nation, and they're always full. This popularity for pickleball was not always the case, though. Rugel Ananon talks about how the sport has expanded since the pandemic of 2020.
The sport was usually played by a majority of the older people group, and I guess ever since COVID started, a bunch of the younger people started to come out and realize it was really fun.
The sport of pickleball has exceeded all expectations and doesn't seem like it's slowing down anytime soon. Nevin Jacoma, Inside Jacksonville.
With spring in the air, it might be time for you to give pickleball a try. And UNF's latest student club is taking chill to the next level. Reporter Riley Platt gives us an inside look at the unlikely sport thriving in Jacksonville and with a pioneering group of UNF students.
Hockey may not be traditionally viewed as a Southern sport, but these college students are letting that get in the way of their lofty goals. Meet the University of North Florida hockey team, the latest club sport to make its debut in Jacksonville. They may have just begun play, but this upstart has been long in the making. With things finally coming to fruition, it's quite the relief for the club's visionaries.
Seeing like a dream turn into reality is really cool. Been working on this for like 8-9 months now, and seeing just a little, just filling out paperwork, hoping the school would approve us, and now playing our first game. It's just awesome to see.
While the squad has already made great strides, it hasn't been easy by any means. Whether it be finances or team chemistry, this group has fought through plenty of setbacks to make this miracle on ice possible.
Unfortunately, UNF is a little different in that aspect, to where if we want funding from the school, we have to keep it completely open in terms of we can't charge any dues. And unfortunately, hockey is one of the most expensive sports.
Adding to these challenges is the lack of an on-campus rink. Instead, the Community First Igloo off of Phillips Highway serves as the team's home base. The newly renovated facility is a nice place for the players to refine their skills, but this situation presents challenges of its own.
Just like any other team, we have to pay if we want ice time, for instance. That's our biggest cost at the moment. So working with individual players, with companies for sponsorships, they help us maintain that challenge.
Another challenge that the club is fighting through is a lack of chemistry. Having existed for such a short period of time, coupled with new players joining this semester, it inherently leads to a lack of natural cohesion on the ice.
I mean, we have practice once a week with each other, and I've played in a few hockey programs and I've never had practice, so I think that's the best way.
Club sports present an interesting scenario, as the leadership group also happens to double as players. In addition to already being a busy student, it isn't easy balancing these roles.
Yeah, so it's been quite a bit to juggle, but I think if you want anything hard enough, it'll make it easier.
It's still early in the process, but the club's leaders are optimistic about what their future holds.
We want to bring out tons of students, fans, and support, so we can have a ton of people come to our games, of course win games, and then have top-notch facilities and equipment for our players to use.
It's certainly been an uphill climb, but for this squad, the crossbar is the limit. Riley Platt, Inside Jacksonville.
You can check them out at the Community First Igloo. The team typically plays on Sundays. Coming up, not long ago, the Jacksonville Brewery Tour had one stop, the massive Anheuser-Busch complex. That's no longer the case. Up after the break, we'll tour a pair of First Coast microbreweries, bringing a unique variety of local flavors to the tap room. You're watching Inside Jacksonville on CW17.
The University of North Florida is proud to offer a Master of Science in Communication Management. This master's degree allows you, the student, to customize your curriculum to the field you prefer. Students who earn this 36 credit hour degree will take their core classes through communication. Then, they can specialize in either business, public administration management, leadership, nonprofit management, or public health. UNF Communication, made for you.
Welcome back to Inside Jacksonville. I had the privilege of visiting Tabula Rasa, a local brewery, for a look at the process of running one of these establishments. Located in the heart of Jacksonville's industrial district, this family brewery is working to find their niche in the River City market. The Peterson family, who founded the company, originally started brewing as a hobby, though it's now progressed into a full-blown business. I'm here at the Tabula Rasa Brewing Company, Jacksonville's newest introduction to the beer family, where the Peterson family is focusing their efforts into improving the community around them through their brewing practice and family recipes. Part of their mission statement includes their belief that beer is a work of art, and that they believe it's best enjoyed with family and friends. With hospitality and quality of products being a central focus of Tabula Rasa, it seems that those roots head back to the very early days of brewing for both Randy and Ryan Peterson.
It was, something that just started out as an idea, and it kept growing more and more legs each time we brew, going through more beer, having people over.
The Peterson family came to Jacksonville in 2012 following a job opportunity in construction management and refrigeration. With both Randy and Ryan still working day jobs despite their brewing company, their experience with refrigeration and construction directly ties into their experience running their brewery, be it machine maintenance or permits. And regarding the business end of the company, Jackie Peterson, co-owner of Tabula Rasa, had this to say.
We've had, our tough moments just like everyone else, but I love it here. I can't imagine being anywhere else.
With the company coming from such humble beginnings, it certainly is living up to its name as a blank slate. It may have just started as a hobby, but it seems that this family business is making its mark. Finally this month, in Nassau County, the Disco Witch is tapping into a variety of unique brews. Inside Jacksonville's Clint Davenport shows us what makes it so special.
Located just off of Amelia Island, Disco Witch Brewery features a wide variety of homemade flavors and combinations. It's known for its wild flavors and special events that range from karaoke nights to touring comedian visits.
And 6 days after I moved here, everything stopped for COVID. So I was really bored, didn't know what to do. And so I taught myself how to brew beer on my pool deck. And a year and a half later, we opened a brewery. So
Music is a common theme at Disco Witch, and both the drinks and interior are full of different musical references from old bands to new hit songs.
I make a beer called Earth, Wind, and Pretzels, which is a salted pretzel blonde ale, which is really yummy. I also make a milk stout called You Sexy Thing, hot chocolate milk stout. Most of our beer is named after something musical.
It wasn't all easy, however, as Dennis faced several challenges while trying to open a business for the first time. According to her, one of the biggest struggles was simply being a woman.
As a female business owner, I can tell you that it's challenging sometimes to work with contractors who are primarily male. And you're treated very differently until you give them a reason not to.
Once the store officially opened, however, nearly all her worries went away. More and more customers kept pouring in and sales never stopped increasing.
So the beer itself is made here, but it's not what's inside these vats that keeps customers coming back night after night. It's the people.
For Dennis, a big part of growing and improving her business is to create a sense of community and welcoming, a sense that her customers seem to share.
She's super nice. I mean, like, she knows my parents a lot, and I've gone in there a few times and she already knew who I was. So she's really good about being personable with her customers.
Disco Witch also has a dedicated teacher program where local Nassau County teachers have the opportunity to get a free drink each night.
Anyone that comes in here can add $7.50 to their tab, and that goes into our Nassau County Teacher Fund. And then every day, any Nassau County teacher can come in, show me their badge to show that they are employed there, and they get a free beer.
Disco Witch recently opened a new area within the brewery called the Broom Closet and has plans to potentially expand in the future. Clint Davenport, Inside Jacksonville.
For more information about Disco Witch Brewery, you can visit the website at discowitchbrewing.com. Well, that's a wrap for this edition of Inside Jacksonville. If you missed anything from today's program, just visit our website, unftv.com, and look under the Digital Journalism tab, where you'll find expanded versions of our stories, photos, interviews, and other extras. Again, that's unftv.com. From all of us here at Inside Jacksonville, thank you for joining us, and we'll see you next month right here on the CW17.